going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and Draco Springs, RK Motorsports Consulting, with Randy King there. And also Earl Ramey Racing Engines, who did some good stuff over at Cherokee this past weekend with John Ruggiero Jr. They won their race over there, so.
Yes, sir.
Pretty cool stuff. What's going on? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
So, you know what I think I saw on the way over here?
What'd you think you saw? Fox?
No. Pretty sure there was a cow with a life jacket on. Because, you know, I just been waiting on it because I kind of missed it. You know, we had raining again today.
Oh, yeah, rain again. I ordered me some 2 little kayaks. I'm going to put them on my lawnmower.
You better. That's going to be about the only way you can cut grass.
I got a pond for sure sitting next door to me.
And
it ain't supposed to be.
Cut the reeds, I reckon, at the top of it.
Yeah. It's horrible. Man, I'm ready for the rain to be gone. You know, the weird thing that I saw, we've got I think it was since January 1st, we've got 15-something, 16 inches. We got more rain in that period last year than we have this year. I don't remember that. But what is that? It's what Ed said.
That's what Ed said.
Ed pretty on key, so.
Yeah, I reckon. I don't know. It's I'm tired of the rain. I know that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let y'all know, if we sound a little bit different on this episode, we're working with some new hardware here. Had to get a new laptop and recording on it here, and hopefully it sounds all right. We'll find out after this episode. So after we record, anyway. So.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad. I think we're starting a little better than we started the first time, so it should be all right.
Yeah, this one seems to be pretty good. Pretty good deal. It ought to be for what it cost. So, yeah.
I'm telling you what, I know it. Great day. And you know what? It's crazy about these things now, Bo. Well, you know it, but it took us 30 minutes to find the power button on this daggum computer.
It sure did.
I mean, Bo, why I gotta hide a power button?
I literally had to look in the instructions to find the power button.
Yes.
I don't ever look at instructions for a computer.
I don't look at instructions for anything, really, but good lord. But it's nice, though. It's really cool. Really cool little computer there, for sure.
It is, but you want to know what I don't like about these new computers and stuff? They don't put many USB ports on them. Well,
no.
Well, they kind of did, I guess. But the USB ports are the new Type-Cs. Well, everything that we got, like with all our microphones and everything, are the standard USB plugs. Well, so I had to, fortunately it came in, right before I came over here. I had to order little USB hubs and everything to get them to work, and it don't even have an Ethernet port on this thing. I had to order one that had an Ethernet port in it to plug it in, since I don't like going Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's a lot of that. See, I look for the 110 plug them up. That's about all I know how to find on them things. So you got all that stuff figured out. You got all kind of adapters and wires and stuff running all over the place over there. But it works.
It does work.
A lot better if I'd have tried to do it.
Yeah, it's all right. It'll work pretty good. I think we'll be good to go. It's good stuff. But anyway, how was your week last week there after the show? And did you get enough rain over here? I got enough rain at my house. I mean, it's not far apart.
Yeah. I'm just gonna answer just yeah. No, it was a pretty good week. I mean, it was raining all week, of course. It quit Friday? I think it was Friday morning.
Friday, yeah. Finally.
It finally quit and turned cold. Colder. But yeah, it was all right. We had us a wedding to do, so we trucked on down to Pamplico for that. And fortunately, it was kind of up on a hill, so it was somewhat dry where the outside part was, so that worked out good for us. But at least we have some sunshine, man. Great day, finally.
Yeah, it has taken long enough to get some because it's been nasty around here. My yard. I mean, I showed Sterling pictures of the roads and stuff the other day trying to get to town, and road I live on was about in one part of it. I don't know, it was probably 6 inches in water, underwater. So, and water just flowing across it. So,
yeah, it's pretty bad. And there's some of these rivers around here, the Walkamaw River and a few others, hadn't even crested yet. So that's kind of bad for these people around there, especially up in Nichols and all that area. Because I don't even think some of them even recovered totally from
from the flood and the hurricanes and all that.
Yeah,
that town went from a town of, I don't know, probably 1,000 people maybe to by a town about 300, and it's pushing the rest of them out. So
yeah, it's kind of a tough place there. I guess it's built underwater. I don't know, but it's bad. I hate it for them people for sure. So hopefully it'll crest soon and get find somewhere to go, because I don't know where that's gonna be, but hopefully that water will get gone somewhere. But anyway, we had a wedding Saturday. Went well. It was fun. And got home and was able to enjoy a little bit of Sunday. Went to church and came home and hung out around the house and listened to the race. That was pretty much about my whole weekend. Pretty quick.
Yeah, it tends to go like that anymore. It goes by fast, especially when we have weddings on the weekends, and it gets gone quick. That's for sure. But we did have some racing this weekend to listen to and watch and check out and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's unfortunate when you have a race that you want to go to when you are on a weekend that you got a wedding.
Yeah.
Especially when it's 45 minutes from your house. Kind of makes it tough.
Yeah.
And the other worst part is you're doing a wedding somewhere that don't have enough signal to be able to watch the race. So we caught the devil with that for sure.
Yeah, we definitely did. But such is life, I reckon. Yeah, mine pretty much consisted of the same stuff. At weekend wedding, and Sunday we hung out for a little while. Went to the in-laws' house, ate. I caught some of the race on my phone over there, and then come home and finished watching the Cup race there, and kept checking out what was going on over at Cherokee. And that was pretty much it. Back to this on Monday.
Right back at it, man. Well, I tell you what, like we said, last week we wanted to head over or this week we wanted to head over to Lakeview. Had a pretty good car count, really, for the Dryden Extreme series. We had a couple of good buddies going over there.
Yeah.
Really wanted to make that, but we couldn't do it. But anyway, old Kyle Strickler was there for sure. Stuart Friesen. Downtown Michael Brown was over there. Willie Milliken was running. They had a really good crowd. Trent Ivy. They had a pile of them.
Yeah, they definitely did, and kept looking at it, and it. I know Kyle Strickler. He was fast. Trent was, like you said, Trent was running good. Ross Bales jumped up there, driving. I got it right here.
No, Longhorn. I can't remember who owned the car.
Longhorn number 79. Billy Hicks out of North Carolina owned that car, and I'm wondering if Ross Bales wants him a Longhorn now.
I'm telling you what, man, them Longhorns this year. I know last year was kind of the beginning of the year was kind of rocket, but I'm telling you, man, this year's looking like Longhorn all the way for whatever reason. But I'm sure he did now I know that's kind of a home track for him, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, but I don't know how much he's run there.
I don't know how much he's run there. I mean, I know I assume they've run limited stuff or crate stuff, in years past. Wonder if they ran there or not. Because They hadn't run much super stuff over there, not really.
Well, they hadn't run much late model stuff in years past, up until the last 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
Since new owners have taken it over, they really didn't run much of anything over there for a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know that he was even really running late models at the point in time that they were running over there.
Right.
So I don't know how much he ran over there, if at all. I have to ask him and see. But looked like old Matthew Nance was going to take it.
He led by the whole race, looked like.
He led all but the last 6 laps, and when they got into they went to pass him and Ross both went to pass a lap car, and it looked like the car they went to pass either just, I don't know what happened. He either got on the brakes or the car quit. I don't know. And Matthew Nance running in the back of him, and Ross running in the back of Matthew, and they both spun out on the backstretch. But because it was a lap car, they gave them their spots back.
Jesus.
And, yeah, it was. So I don't know if Matthew's car, but Ross was running him down anyway. And they took green and a couple laps back into it. 6 to go. Ross went around him on the outside at Lakeview, which is very unusual, actually.
Very.
Now, the track was rough. I saw where some of Strickler's guys and stuff said they just hated it because that's the first time a lot of them guys have been there. There hadn't been no big series race there like that.
And so much rain and moisture.
They couldn't help it. They did. Scott and them guys over there, they work on that track day in, day out, try to give everybody the best facility they can to race at. And sometimes Mother Nature just gets you. I mean, you can't do but so much with it.
I mean, for them to be able to get the race in even was a miracle because normally we see that track over there with a little bit of rain and it flooded. The whole infield's underwater.
Yeah.
So they did a lot better with the drainage and got all that stuff graded down to where it would drain a little bit better. And I heard they got them some new toys to get the track prepped and to withstand the rain a little bit.
Yeah, he got some got a new roller. I don't even know what that thing is called. I guess I need to get up on my verbiage on track prep equipment. But it's the big roller with the the spikes in it or knobs in it, whatever you want to call it. And so they in the middle of the week, while it wasn't raining too hard, they packed the mess out the track as much as they could. Then went back and poked some holes in it, let a little bit of water down in it. But the problem is like probably Thursday when it come down like a monsoon here.
Yep.
It probably got almost too much moisture right up under the surface, under the packed surface.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it just got really bumpy. No dust on it. Not at all. I watched it. It was no dust, which, I mean, that track never really has dust. Not bad at all. It's good. They always find good dirt put on Lakeview. And so it was bumpy, but I mean, hey, that happens every now and then, especially when you're dealing with something like that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely when you've had 8-9 inches of rain the few days leading up to that race, like I said, to even be able to run it was a miracle, in my opinion. So anyway, hats off to Ross and them guys for making that happen. Hadn't heard of the guy, that owner. I've not seen that car.
Billy Hicks, I was looking up some stuff on. They don't run it a whole lot. He kind of puts different drivers in it here and there, and obviously runs pretty daggone good though, because not only did he go win at Lakeview Saturday night, they went to Cherokee Sunday, ran again. I think if I'm correct, I want to say he won his heat race. Didn't win the race. Chris Madden took it home over there at Cherokee.
That's
Go
his
figure.
I don't know of a race that he's entered at Cherokee and not won here lately.
No, the only one I would have said that probably would have gave him some competition, but he wasn't there either. He's still putting stuff out together. Chris Ferguson.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Strickler set fast time over there. Then Madden come up there and took it from him, as always.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I never heard whether or not did they have inverts and all that? I mean, I don't know. I know Strickler, I think, ended up starting 6th or something in the main at Lakeview. And
they do a draw over there. I mean, it takes all the heat race winners and do a draw just like they do.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if that kind of got him behind, but Lakeview has always been, and like you said with Ross passing on the outside there, Lakeview kind of surprised me really hearing that, because Lakeview's kind of a track where it takes a while to set up a pass because there is no wall.
Well, I will say to their credit, Scott Tripp and them over there, before they ran the Dirt Car Sportsman, the open wheel modified, or the modifieds, Northeast modifieds over there the other week when we were over there. They put a lot more dirt on the track and actually up the banking. It kind of made it progressive banking. There's more banking on the outside now. So I would assume with at least a super late model, probably any late model, there's going to be some speed around the top if you want to venture up there.
Yeah, if you
brave
enough to go up there, because I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know how much it is now that they've added more dirt.
A lot.
But that is one heck of a drop off.
It's a big one.
It is ridiculously big drop off. So yeah, and I think that might have kind of a little bit intimidating. It really is. I mean, it's especially to go up there and try to pass on the outside. Good Lord. And I think that might be why it takes so long to see a pass play out, I guess. And that's kind of what I was getting to with Strickler's. I'm wondering if, I think he had a fast car, but it kind of seemed like, I think Ross started second, and I think, what was the guy that was leading the whole race?
Matthew Nance.
Yeah, Matthew. I think he started pole, right? I think.
Yeah, he did.
So they pretty much led the whole race and sat right there. I mean, it's kind of hard to pass a little bit, it seemed like they were there.
Well, not disagreeing with that, but they checked out on everybody else.
Okay.
I mean, they were gone. So even on that last restart, they checked out a straight away from everybody else. They were two fastest cars there. I mean, that's all there was to it with them.
That's cool. That's really good. Well, like I said, love seeing Ross perform well like that, and a Longhorn, that's pretty cool. Like I said, I think the Longhorns have kind of done a lot better this year, and a lot of the guys we talked with pretty good bit or have more success in the Longhorn and running the Longhorn well. I mean, Strickler, like we talked,
he's
had his own Longhorn,
and he didn't run bad. He ran, I think he finished 8th or 9th at Lakeview. I'm not even sure where he finished at Cherokee, but I want to say it was up there somewhere.
Well, I've known too. A lot of these guys, Strickler being one of them, probably they get a real rough racetrack like that. They won't try to kill their stuff to go win a race or finish top 5.
No,
so a lot of them will back it down a little bit if it was that bad.
Yeah, especially when it's only. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a dry dean race. They're running World Outlaw stuff full time this year. And so you don't want to tear your stuff up at a little $5,000 to win race when, there ain't nothing good on the line other than that $5,000 for you.
Yeah, especially when you're leading the points in the World of Outlaws right now. So, if that had something to do with it, I don't know. But I know he was fast on hot laps. I know he was fast in qualifying. I know he won his heat. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there or whatever. But if the track was rough like that, I that's what I'd do. I'd probably try to save my stuff. I wouldn't go try to kill it to win a $7,000 race for sure. So, but anyway,
you remember what was it last year? Last year when MoDoc had their race.
Whew.
Chris Ferguson, and it was so dusty. It was so dusty they went track in the middle of the race.
It was horrible, and it was holes like craters in that racetrack.
And Chris Ferguson said, "Nah, I'm pulling off."
Yeah, a lot of them did. Yeah,
so.
Sure did. Anyway, I don't blame him a bit, but like I said, it was pretty cool. We go up Cherokee, and I hate we weren't able to make it to either one of those races. It was right here close to us, but I know it was cold out there Saturday night at Lakeview. It was 20-something degrees where we were at, so I know it was cold over there.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
So, but glad to see everybody that did turn out go. That was cool to see. They had a pretty good crowd from the pictures I saw.
Oh yeah.
So that was good. And Cherokee was kind of a day race, pretty much on Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah, later afternoon. I think they got done around 6, 7.
That's good. That'd give everybody time to get home, and be able to enjoy a Sunday race for sure. So, but Old Chris Madden, like you said, he pretty much dominates over there at Cherokee for sure. So, hats off to them guys. Take it home to win, man.
Yep, another SRI driver. Speaking of our buddies over there at SRI Performance, just looking on their social media there, and just want to remind everybody, as always, race season is pretty much underway now. If it's not underway in your area, it is coming real soon. And you guys, basically the ones that didn't get your motors rebuilt this year, because you didn't have to. You don't have to every year, but sometimes you do. Make sure you put some good oil back in that. And SRI Performance is your best supplier for Lucas Oil performance oils, I guess you say. You got anything you need over there, oil wise, all your lubricants, all your sprays, power steering fluids, anything. So y'all go check out SRI Performance, and remember, spring is just around the corner, so get you some Draco springs. See what I did there?
Purple Springs.
It comes out with
cool.
the purple flowers.
I like it. It's pretty.
That's pretty. I like
Easter time.
I put a lot of thought in that.
I can tell.
If you look on Facebook, there's something that says that too.
Yeah, check it out.
I liked it. But anyway, yeah, as we just said, go look on SRI Performance's website at sriperformance.com. All the PDF sheets for all your Draco spring needs are on there. So go get you some new springs, put under that car. Stock Car Steel. You guys that has started racing, you done beat up some metal on there. Go check out Stock Car Steel. They'll get you some panels back over your way, cause
Hook you up.
Hook you right on up.
Definitely will. They got all kind. Like I said, they got everything, man. So definitely go check them out. Also, don't forget these guys, man. They travel. They're everywhere. SRI is at the racetrack. Don't forget they're 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be at a racetrack you at. So definitely look for them. See the trailer, go over there and check them out. Go say hey to them. They pretty much take. I believe they take 1 or 2 of everything they got. Because they got a pile of stuff there at the racetrack too, so you can get everything you need from that. The supplies part, SRI Supplies, they are all joined up again, are together now. Anything you need as far as your PPE stuff still, and that's still kind of going on, but cleaning your trailers, cars, trucks, whatever, they got all that too, so go get everything to do with your hauler, your racing, your car, your whatever, they got it. Go get it.
Definitely so. And remember, SRI is your one-stop shop for all things racing. Speaking of, I bet I know somewhere they were this past week. They always have a hauler at the NASCAR races.
They do indeed. I feel like they've been at Daytona for a month.
I'm pretty sure they have.
I know they feel like it, especially Chase Elliott and them, because he went to where, he was Rolex 24 and all that, and still there.
Yeah. And still in Florida. They just going down to Homestead next week.
Yeah.
But anyway, me and you, we caught some of the truck race Friday night. A little bit of it we were watching, and what I like to see in it was rain.
Oh yeah, it was so cool, man. As soon as we got there, they were about to start the race, and it had been raining or drizzling a little bit, whatever. They had the rain tires on, and man, I love that. That was cool. That was really cool. I wish they wet the track. Every road course just wet it, because it makes it to me, it makes it a lot better, a more exciting race, and watch them guys, really take their time through there. And it's funny because we were talking about it, when it's raining out there, you don't always see nowhere, nobody getting in each other. Everybody's backing up the corners and stuff. And when it's dry, you see everybody tearing everything up.
Yeah, it looks like a daggone demolition derby when it's dry out there. So it's pretty wild. Ben Rhodes picked him up 2 in a row at Daytona there on the big oval and now on the road course. But he had some close competition. Sheldon Creed, he
John
was
Hunter,
real
man.
fast. That's what I was fixing to say. With John Hunter, if he hadn't had his issues,
Yep.
we're running out of fuel. There was some miscalculatings. Something happened at the first of the race. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna go with probably miscalculations, being that they didn't. Did they get any practice on that track?
I don't think. I don't think they allowed any. I don't know that, but I don't think they did.
So if they didn't get no practice, then they had some miscalculations on fuel mileage. They were like way off too. That's what I heard. They was way off. So they fell all the way back. It was a lap down actually. Went a lap down. Got the lucky dog almost as soon as he went a lap down. Got the lucky dog. Got a caution. Got a lucky dog. Drove it back from the back of the field all the way back up to third. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was rolling. I think he'd have definitely won the race. Had that not happened for sure. But Sheldon Creed was fast too. I think he won last year. The inaugural road course race there at Daytona for the trucks and all. So I kind of thought Sheldon had it locked up again there, but Ben Rhodes, come on strong, man. That won 2 in a row. He likes Daytona. He wants to stay in Florida.
Yeah. I could see why. I would agree with him. Haley Deegan, she had a rough start there. She was back at the back for a long time, but she slowly worked her way up through the field after pit stops and was just getting better. I mean, in all honesty, she just looked like she was getting better. I think she'd made it up to about 10th, maybe, somewhere right around there.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, what was it? A couple laps to go. She foobarred. She spun it out through the grass and she got stuck in all that wet grass down there. So, not too good for her. Not too good.
She hadn't started off her season very well for sure. And well, what I think, I don't think you're gonna see too much out of her until you get to a short track. Right now, I don't know. I think there's too much for her to learn right now in the bigger tracks and the road courses is another animal by itself. But the mile and a half stuff and bigger, there's a lot for her to learn, man. I mean, that's a lot different than running half-mile racetracks everywhere you go. And
well, yeah, but I guess you do have to look at it as, she ran the full ARCA series last year. Full ARCA schedule.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Don't get me wrong, she ran okay.
She ran top 10.
Yeah, she ran top 10 pretty much all year.
Let's be honest. Most of those races, there weren't but like 16 cars in those races. And I don't know. I think she's got a lot. I'm not saying she's not capable of it.
Oh, yeah.
She's in fantastic equipment for sure. But I think it's just a big learning curve for her. And we even talked with Derek, and like he said, how the car feels and understanding that is totally different than how to maintain speed and stay fast at a short track. So, I'd love to see her go dominate Homestead.
I'd love to see it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'd love to see it. There's too much finesse in a vehicle there. You got to run too close to the wall. You got to learn. You got to definitely learn that. And that's a tough learning curve there. So we'll see how she does. But speaking of learning curves, apparently there wasn't much of one for old Ty Gibbs.
No,
the Xfinity series.
He looked good, man. I had to give it to him. He drove the wheels off that car, man.
Nah, I'm telling you, he looked good. Yeah, I can't take nothing away from him on that win. He looked good. I don't know. I know it sounds like we're a little timid in saying anything about him, but he's not my favorite driver by no means. I hate to say this, but I talked to him on iRacing back a while, and he comes across as a spoiled kid.
Well, I mean, even before then, I mean, we talked with him at Myrtle Beach and all. And,
yeah.
And when he was running late models and stuff, and he just like stuck up, like really, really stuck up, and like he was too good for everybody, and too good for the fans even then. And I mean, yeah, he don't have to. He don't have to have fans. He don't have to impress his sponsors because he's probably got them lined up because he's going to be in a Gibbs car, Gibbs stuff. We all know that. Everybody knows that. But still no way to be. And we've listened to him where a lot of people don't hear it. We listen to him in the spotters or on the scanner, and how he talks to his team and how he talks to his crew chief and his spotters, and he's just not very respectful. And I just don't have no use for somebody like that. I mean, I'm not gonna pull for him because of that. I mean, if he could change his attitude and act like he's a team player and it's not all about Ty Gibbs and not all act like, well, much as I hate to say it, I think he's trying to outdo Kyle Busch.
I was fixing to say, this is coming from somebody who was a self-proclaimed big Kyle Busch fan.
I am a huge Kyle Busch fan in his ability. But when he was acting like Ty is right now, I didn't like that. Now, he's settled down. I mean, I think everything him and Samantha's gotten together, he's better. Now, he's not great by any means, but when he first started his career, that's how he was acting. He acted the same way as Ty did.
Yeah.
I never forget wherever they were at, he wrecked the car and he stomped off and left the car sitting there in
Texas.
And Dale Jr. went and got in the car and ran.
Yep.
To me, that was a big breaking point for me liking Kyle then, because he was just a spoiled brat. He was too good for everybody and whatever. Well, that's kind of the way I feel like what I get with Ty, but his ability, I'd say he's probably, just as good, if not better than anybody right now for sure in Xfinity Series even. And I think a lot of it's because he can run endless hours on the simulator.
You're talking about Ty.
Ty, right.
You were saying Kyle before that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I
think... Not only simulator. I mean,
it's anything.
That's what I was fixing to say. We saw it years. This has been 2-3 years back, and he didn't. I'm not putting him into throwing him under the bus or anything either, but he did tell us this. So this is just a piece of information, not a opinion on Ty. Derek even told us that he had talked to him, and this has been 2 years ago, I think it was. Every race that the ARCA Series was going to run, Ty Gibbs went to that track before he was able to run it and tested the ARCA car all year long. I mean, thousands of laps. Yep. And what other driver do you know that is going to be able to do that? Well, they're not going to do that with any of them.
No, you're not going to be able to do it. And so he has every right to be good, and he's in the best of equipment he can get by all means. But what I was getting to with all that being said, I like road course races because, and we've said this before, it kind of levels the playing field. It kind of shows the true talent because it doesn't really matter as much about the car, about your equipment, about having the most expensive everything. It doesn't matter as much. Jeremy Clemens, prime example. Every road course race, I don't know why he's so good, but every road course race, he seems to be always right there.
Yeah, because he definitely don't have a road course background at all.
Right, but he always runs well at road course. Well, naturally we know he doesn't have the best of equipment, really. Well, can I take that back to Ty? Well, Ty's got the best of equipment, but at the same time, it don't really matter. So we were able to see his driving ability, and being that, he hadn't run that that I know of. He hadn't run that road course. I don't know. But he hadn't run that car.
No.
Definitely not in a race situation. Live pit stops were totally different than, there was a lot of stuff involved there that had to go to ability and skill that he did very well. And I had to give him that.
Oh yeah, hats off to him. I mean, he showed what he had out there, and he definitely had the best for him out there that night. He must spend a lot of time on the simulator.
He definitely did. I'd say for sure. But I really think that the race would have been between Austin Cindric and AJ Allmendinger had not they got in there to a little pissing match at the end of stage number 1. I don't understand what was going on there, man.
AJ did not want to give up first place for the end of that stage. For what reason? I mean, I understand it to an extent. I understand you want to win it because all them points count at the end of the year. I understand that. But I don't understand, all right, if I keep going like this, I'm not going to get any points.
Right.
Why? I'd much rather have those second place stage points than having 0 stage points and ruining my race.
The whole race because of it. And, Austin Cindric could have backed out. He could have.
Yeah, that was another one too. I mean,
but the way I see it, Austin Cindric held his line.
He did.
He held him all the way down. He couldn't go no lower. He went all the way to the yellow line.
No.
And then he finally said, "Okay, well, I'm holding my line. I gotta." And they showed the video. I mean, he turned up the racetrack, but he had to, or he'd have been in the grass.
Yeah.
It just, man, that looked terrible. I don't understand that.
I definitely agree, and I understand his side also. But then again, do you want to get second place points, or is that issue worth it enough for you to do that? In which, again, probably ruined the rest of his race too.
Yeah, he finished second with the whole right front of the nose gone.
Yeah.
So I that's a pretty big track.
And
I know aero makes a big difference at that track.
And who knows, it could have knocked some toe out on the car. I mean,
yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot of things that could have happened there, and I just think it was just big heads and didn't want to give in. And but if anybody has the fault there, I would definitely go with AJ.
Oh yeah,
because that was crazy to me. But who knows? I never really heard if they talked or what. I don't really know. But anyway, that was a pretty wild part of that race. That was early on, but not taking anything away from Ty, but I really think that one of those two would have taken home the victory if had not that had happened.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, Gibbs carried on over to Sunday with some more success. This one not so dominant by no means, because this one got wild towards the end of it there. It was a pretty wild whole race, honestly.
Why is it that the Cup Series is supposed to be the best drivers in the world or best drivers in America or whatever seem to be the most impatient fools I have ever seen? I don't understand. There was more cars tore up yesterday than there was a week ago.
I know. I don't get it. It's I mean, first lap, first corner, they're going in there just drilling each other in the door.
Yeah, 3 and 4 wide. I mean, what? For what?
I don't know.
I don't understand it.
I will say I ran a truck race there today on iRacing, and I came from 16th to 5th.
There you go, buddy. You're doing better in the road course stuff.
Well, the leader was 20-some seconds ahead of me, but I think just everybody else was worse than me. I wasn't good.
You consistent.
I wasn't the worst.
Consistently bad. Consistently bad is better than putting it in the fence.
Yeah. I looped it a time or two. But just kept on going. Just right the middle track. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
But anyway, I look like Chase and all them out there because, man, I really feel like Chase had the car to beat.
Oh, hands down. For sure. I listened to a lot of the race. I was outside messing around, but every time I heard it, Chase was up front and rolling, and there towards the end, I don't know, a handful, 10, 15 laps to go, something like that maybe. Had a caution, and Chase went in and took tires, right? He went in, and some of them stayed out. He went in or something.
Yeah, there was that caution, and I know Joey Logano. There was a handful of them that stayed out.
Yeah.
But then chasing them has, I ain't gonna say slow stop, but it just wasn't quite as fast. And I know Larson beat him out. Larson was the first car off pit road with new tires, and a few more of them. But I mean, he was right there. I think he come off pit road about third, fourth ish, somewhere right there. But then on the restart, there was, I know Corey LaJoy was up in front of him because he was one that stayed out.
No.
And there was a few more. But anyway, then it went haywire.
Yeah. They're trying to get around them boys, and they, that's one thing that was crazy to me that I noticed was tires. Even 8-lap difference was insane.
Well, it definitely was. And it is on. It's the back tires. It's not necessarily front tire. Well, unless they lock them up much.
Yeah.
But I even noticed it on iRacing. Speaking of, it's not necessarily front tires. If you don't lock your tires up, it's the back tires because you spin them so much. And a lot of people don't realize, but those inside, the infield part of the course there, most of those corners are actually off cambered.
Oh yeah.
Which causes the car to really get loose, and you spin back tires something serious off the corners. So they just eat up back tires on them. And in Corey LaJoy's defense, I guess you would say, Chase kind of took him 3 wide out the corner. And, Corey sees the guy on top of him, or up underneath him, but he didn't see Chase coming to the outside of him.
Right.
So, I mean, and Chase was mad at him and stuff, but I mean, I'm like, dude, I mean, you ain't got so many mirrors on his car, and you can't look in all of them at once.
Well, I don't know. That track's kind of tricky, but it is, but it ain't. And it seems to me like, from what I saw, them fools are passing in the most worst possible places.
Well, and that's what I was fixing to say. At that point in time, there was still, what was it, about
there was 10, 12 laps
12
to go.
laps or so, or something like that to go. Yeah. I'm like, I understand if you're at the oval, that you better get back going. You better get back up there quick.
Yeah.
You are at the almost longest track on the circuit.
Yeah, there's plenty of places to make up that time.
Let them just hold your line. I mean, if you can get 1 or 2 easily, fine. But hold your line. Stay good with them. Don't go 3 wide through the infield.
I don't see that. I mean, it's not wide through there at all.
No.
And you know what's on the outside of both sides of the racetrack. I mean,
a bunch of wet grass.
Exactly. So
mud, more or less.
Take your time. Set them up in the chicane or the back straightaway or the bus stop, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of places to set up a pass that you got more room to do it. Especially on those on the passing the cars that's so much slower than you. I don't know, man. I hated that though. Like you said, he was fast, really fast. But again, not taking anything away from Christopher Bell, he was fast too, but he was rolling. I was kind of wondering how long it was gonna be for that car got to win. And Adam Stevens, I think Adam Stevens helped that team a lot. I think Adam Stevens is a really smart dude, and I've kind of learned that from listening to Kyle on Spotter for years. And I don't know. That was kind of a whole deal with him and Kyle, and he quitting on him supposedly, and this and that. And I think it was just a crybaby thing, more or less, anything really. Well, and Adam just didn't back down. He just held his own, and he did what he thought, and I back him 100% on that. But I think he likes it. Well, I'm speaking for Adam, and I don't know, but if I'm Adam, I would much rather have a driver that doesn't think they know more than I do.
Yeah.
And allows me to make the call, right or wrong, allows me to make the call on pit box and backs me on my call on the pit box. Not, pitch a fit because I did whatever, and then it ended up hurting me on the racetrack, or something hurts me on the racetrack, and I blame it on this call, especially on TV and whatever. That would get old to me. You kind of lose trust in stuff in your driver. But Christopher Bell seems like a type that will kind of go along with you and, back you whatever you decide.
And regardless, I will say about Christopher Bell, and I don't care what he's driving. I've always thought this about him. Whatever he is driving, he is going to get everything it's got out of it.
Oh, yeah. No matter if it's a 30th place car or a winning car, he's going to get everything it allows him to get, for sure. Dude can drive. Dude is good.
And he makes smart decisions. If you looked at that car at the end of that race, he'd come up through that field and it wouldn't hurt.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So, but speaking of Kyle, did you I don't know what he did. Did you see that little tantrum he threw down the front stretch there? He come out of the last chicane there, and I don't know what happened. He got sideways or something, and somebody was up under. He got into him, and instead of turning off of him, he just keeps pushing everybody in the infield. He pushed about 3 cars in the infield.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like,
well, he started off the day bad. I heard on the radio he was already something happened. He was back. And
he run off the track and knocked the whole right front fender off of it.
Are you serious? Start with
on the first lap, yeah.
Oh my God! So yeah, so he want to take it out on everybody else all race.
Yeah, and then a lap to go, 2 laps to go, he creamed the wall. I mean, nailed it coming out of the chicane there at the end. So he had a bad day.
Yeah,
he was not happy.
Yeah, sounds like it. But I know that Joey, like you said, he stayed out. He had 8-lap older tires. But he held his own pretty good there from what I heard on the radio. He was rolling pretty good, and Christopher caught him, and that was a pretty clean pass, and they raced clean for that win for Christopher. So that was cool. I was kind of wondering if, because it's so easy to run in there a lot harder and dump somebody in a heartbeat.
Oh, he tried to block him. He tried real hard to block him. But I will say, and it was his own fault. It wasn't nobody else's fault. I really think if Larson wouldn't have spun out, I really think he could have won that race.
Really?
Yeah, he
spun out late too, didn't he?
Yeah, going for the lead. He was going in there, and he got in there and wheel hopped it right coming back on the 2. That last corner coming back into turn 2, and it wheel hopped going in the corner and looped it around and nailed the tires over there. So he was flying up through there real fast.
That's good to hear. He ran up front all day.
Yeah.
So, but that's cool. I like having road courses for sure. It's to me it's exciting and shows the ability for these guys a lot. So that's pretty cool. Like you said, he's staying in Florida this week, going down to Homestead. I don't know, man. We're gonna see. Is it gonna be the same Homestead that we've seen past couple of years, or?
I'm gonna tell you, I think I think there's gonna be a track that if Larson's got something to show, this is his track to show it on.
Well, we've seen him in years past, especially when it was the finale race down there. He seems to always be right up there, but he lets those guys for the championship kind of go and do their thing. But I think you're right. I think he'll be contending for the win for sure. So we'll be rooting him on, as Chase and all the other boys will be rooting him on, man.
Yeah, it's getting into the season some now. I like to get it. I still can't take. You've never been able to take Daytona as a, this is showing what everybody's got as far as super speedway wise. Now they put a road course behind it. I still don't think you can look at the field right now and say, oh, this guy's fast this year. I just, it's hard to say coming from a super speedway and then a road course.
Right.
I really think that this week at Homestead, now's when we're going to see who's starting to get what and see how it goes on for the year in Cup and Xfinity and trucks there. And I personally think in trucks here, same old teams that's been fast, probably still going to be fast. Thor Sport and all them.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see much change there.
Xfinity, I think you're going to see probably Gibbs cars fast.
Yeah, I mean, it really hadn't anything changed from one year to the next as far as the cars. The mile-and-a-half programs, like you said, it'd be Ford, Stuart Haas, Kevin Harvick, and Denny Hamlin, probably all over again.
Probably.
Won what? I don't know how many, good Lord, how many races they won. But nothing's changed much, so I look for that to kind of be the same. Maybe Hendrick and them boys have learned something. But they kind of come on there in the mile-and-a-half stuff there towards the end of the year a little bit. But like you said, I kind of think it's going to be, you get to the meat and potatoes of the year, and which unfortunately is 99% mile-and-a-halves. You're going to see a difference. Which there's a lot of difference this year, you know?
Yeah, there's
got more road
courses.
Dirt stuff, whatever. Which I don't know how that's going to be. But we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting.
It is. This week, like I said, I got they're kind of slacking up a little bit on some dirt racing right now.
Everybody regroup from the speed weeks.
Yeah, regroup from speed weeks and all, and then get back at it here soon. There is a little race up at Fayetteville this weekend. I may run up there Saturday. Weather's supposed to be a little bit warmer, so I may.
Yeah, I saw that.
Scoot up that way.
I might put the boat in the water this weekend if it's not stupid windy or something. Or no, I might just stick it in the water. It ain't been forever, seems like. So.
I'll try out the trolling motor.
It ain't. Yeah, it ain't been. It ain't gonna be 12 degrees, so I might try it.
Yeah. So, they got a big legend car race actually in the at Fayetteville, starting Wednesday actually.
Jesus.
It was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday racing this week at Fayetteville. So that's legend cars, modifieds. I can't remember, but I think there's some late models. Can't remember. It's that little series, kind of goes between a couple tracks there. It's limited lates, so be cool to possibly see if the weather stays nice and who
Permits.
knows. Yeah, because every time we try to go to Fayetteville, at some reason it rains. Even if they don't call for rain, it'll rain. So we'll get up there and maybe check something out. But anyway, as always, want to thank everybody that comes on here and helps us out. Definitely SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs. All right, our buddy Randy Keene at SRI, who also is Arcade Motorsports Consulting. He is your brake man. You need to know something about brakes. Get with Randy Keene. They can tell you everything there is to know about brakes and hook you up with the best stuff provided by SRI Performance. Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Y'all go check them out. Some of the best blueprinted crates around. Man, they show it everywhere to go, every weekend. It's pretty much Earl's putting up a post of somebody that won with an Earl Ramey Racing engine in the car. So you know, see what he can do for you over there. And also, as we always say, he's got his chassis dyno that can really show you what numbers your car is really putting out. You know, you can have a huge horsepower motor, but if you can't get that horsepower to the rear wheels, you ain't getting nothing. So go stick it on that chassis dyno, see what you really got. Line you up some time over there. As always, want to thank Forward Bite Apparel coming on and helping us out. Just saw some hero cards that old Coltrane had made. They look pretty good too.
Yeah.
So Forward Bite Apparel, you know, spring is just around the corner. They'll be having some new stuff come out for their spring line. with a forward bite and probably some Coal Train apparel also. So go get you some of that. Also, Checkered the Race Hub. It's a new social media. It is racing only, so go check it out. And something else I want to throw up there real quick. Our buddies, we don't always always just look at race cars, I guess you say. We check out some quads also. The GNCC quads. They were up in Union, South Carolina this week. I would also like to go on to that. That was pretty cool. Our buddy Matt Smith up there with William Eads up there. Man, they were running good right to the very end. Clipped a tree, and I think it said the last lap, or right towards the end, coming to Checker, was running fifth, clipped a tree, and broke a tie rod.
Ah, dog, boy.
So
I'm surprised they could even run with
Dude,
the much rain and water.
Well, it was kind of up on a hill and stuff, so it is. If you watch GNCC racing, it's really on some hills, so through some mountains almost. So it was kind of messy, but they got some crazy videos on YouTube and stuff of it, and so that's good. Get their year kicked off for too long. I think they're coming back down here to Camp Coker, which is not far from us. So I'm gonna try to get over there to and watch them.
Yeah, definitely
over there, and hang out with them since we've never actually met in person.
That's right.
So it's a cool deal. Well, like I said, appreciate everybody. Y'all go check us out on all our social medias. Also, if you will, please, we want to put up some live stuff sometimes to YouTube. We got to have so many subscribers to do that. So if you are listening right now and you have not subscribed to our YouTube page, please go check out Chicken Bone Alley on YouTube and hit the subscribe button on our page. It'd help us out a whole lot.
Sure would.
And help us be able to get some more content out. But anyway, guys, well, I reckon this about enough for this week. What you think?
Yeah, I say we wrap it up and go get some supper.
Well, cool deal. Well, anyway, guys, I reckon we will be talking to you from probably the same place at the same time next week.
Later.